me get. Can you guys hear me fine? Sound check. Sound 1, sound 2, sound 3. Check, 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 check. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Sinister Sisters, Crime and Curiosity. My name is Ashley, and I'm with my lovely co-host, Brianna.
Hi.
And tonight we are doing a bonus episode for you on a missing person. Her name is Amy Lynn Bradley, who vanished at sea.
Correct. Can I put something in real quick?
Yes.
Can I just add something? So
Yes.
for anybody, I don't know if you have anybody popping on yours, but also just for audio and YouTube purposes, we are not interacting with comments live until the end.
Also, another disclaimer, we are not professionals.
At all.
At all. We are just doing something that two friends love to do, and we're trying to bring light to these cases and hopefully help, get the word out there and help get cases solved.
Right.
Maybe somebody finally wants to speak on about it.
Because this one is not solved.
No.
This is a crazy one. I have a lot of opinions.
Right. So this happened in 1998. March of 1998, actually. On the Royal Caribbean, the Rhapsody of the Seas.
Yep.
So I was listening to a podcast, and that just means it was like one of the nicer cruise ships.
Mm-hmm.
So
It seemed like it.
yeah.
From what I could tell.
Yeah, So tonight we are talking about Amy Lynn Bradley. She was 23 years old when she disappeared from the Royal Caribbean cruise ship near the island of Curacao?
Curacao?
Yes. Curacao, or yeah. And that's near Venezuela, right? Venezuela?
I think so. Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, so March 23rd, 1998, Amy and her brother, Bradley, wanted to, let loose and go party. So they went to a Mardi Gras themed disco.
Love that.
Right.
That sounds like a great time.
Right, because, like, hell yeah.
I need that right now in my life.
So, they're at the club and they're dancing, having a good time. And they were seen to be partying with other passengers on the cruise ship and crew members. So, from hearing, like, other stories, it was very odd for the crew members to be partying with them.
Mm-hmm.
That they had their own section.
Yeah. Specifically, it was like a bass player, right? Or a guitar player?
Yeah, it was, so there was a guy there who was asked to come, like, record, and there was people going around taking pictures, and, Amy was seen dancing with, he was a bassist of the band, and, his name was Alistair Douglas, but he went by Yellow. Now, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna mute for a second. Can you?
Yeah. Continue?
Yes.
I'll try not to skip too much. So, supposedly this Yellow, or Alistair, or whatever you want to call him, was, like Ashley said, a bass player for a band that was playing on the cruise ship that night. And I guess he just favored Amy. I obviously don't know specifics, but they were hanging out and dancing, and he later leads to being a really big suspect in the story, even to this day. Although, not to jump ahead too much, but nothing, he was cleared of everything. But if you have your own opinion, you have your own opinion. And when Ashley continues and tells you more details about that. But he was one of the last people around Amy the night that she did go missing. And I think Amy did say to her family like he was flirting with her. So that's all I really remember about him specifically. Are you good to keep going, Ash, or you want me to keep going? Okay. Okay. So I have no like specific timeline, but that's basically where this starts. And also, I'm getting my information personally on the documentary that you can find on Netflix that is called Amy Bradley is Missing. There's so many different things about this story online. There's podcasts, like Ashley said. But basically, that's how it starts out. Her and her family, they're on this cruise ship. They're having fun. They're drinking. This bassist from the band that is playing on the cruise ship favors Amy, and they're dancing, whatever. And then everybody goes to bed, and the dad, I know I'm like probably all over the place, but everybody's in bed, and the dad does check on Amy like periodically a couple times throughout the night, and she's on the balcony, I guess, smoking or whatever.
He was last seen at 5:30 in the morning on the balcony.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. And I remember the dad like saying that he specifically checked on her like 2 or 3 times, and he just remembers seeing her feet, so he thought she was okay. Does that sound right to you too, Ash?
Yes, 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 yes. That was at 5:30 in the morning, and then I guess he like dozed off and then woke back up and she was gone.
Yeah, which is crazy. So,
Her shirt was still on the chair
yeah,
and her cigarettes were on the balcony still.
yeah. So, which leads you to think, like, on a balcony, you're missing, you think the worst. Like, did you fall over? Did you commit suicide? Well, did you do something intentionally? I can't say certain words. But, yeah, so then it goes to that. You said it was 5:30 in the morning is when the dad woke up? Can you just head me?
That's when she was no, that's when she was last seen.
Oh, okay. So, when's like the next, I don't have specific time frames, but it's sometime in the morning and they can't find her, the dad. Anyway, so they go, I remember in the documentary specifically, and this was crazy, this is a crazy thing, so I think everybody's going to have mixed feelings and opinions on this. So the parents, they go to like the front desk and they meet with the manager. I'm just going to say manager, but obviously his title is different. The person who runs the cruise ship, I guess, like the head honcho or whatever. And they're just saying, like, can you make an announcement over the PA system just to say, like, her name or say, like, to meet us somewhere? And basically they were like, no, because we don't want to, like, worry other people that are on the ship. Like, they don't want all the other, like, people that are vacationing, they don't want to, like, cause a scene or whatever. That's a little crazy, right? I don't know. That's just how I feel.
That's very crazy.
You can't just be like, hey, Amy, where you at? Like, come meet me in the lobby.
Right.
Like, that's all you have to do. Like, you don't have to be like, hey, 23-year-old's missing from whatever, West Virginia. They lived in West Virginia, I think. Or Virginia. It was one of them.
Chesterfield County, Virginia.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to say specifics. Just, you can't just be like, yo, Amy, where you at? Like, come meet your parents at this lobby and then hope for the best.
Right.
Anyway. Like you're at Walmart or something. Like, you lost your
Right.
mom and it's like, or you lost your kid. I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah, so they're just basically like, no, and the family feels like they didn't do enough in general, like to try to help her. But I remember in the documentary that this guy, I don't have his name, but like I said, like the manager of the boat, whatever you want to call it, just told, what is it?
Good.
Oh no, you're good.
I don't
Do you,
remember. I don't remember his name, But it was like the guy who like did like the announcements and stuff like that.
Yeah. He was just like, I'll give you guys 30 more minutes, like go look for her for 30 more minutes, and then I'll get security. And that's going to bring mixed feelings. Like, whether you're like, okay, cool, 30 minutes. And then there's also another side where it's like, no, bring security now. But
Right. Because they definitely should have made that.
I'm 50-50 on that because I kind of get like, okay, like let me go try to look for her a little bit more. But they were looking a lot like previous. So I think there is no more
Yeah.
looking at this point. So I will say that also. They were looking for a long time before they went to the front desk to the manager guy. So they could have probably
I
done more.
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying, just like in that moment specifically, they could have probably obviously did more. I think the PA system wasn't going to hurt nothing. If you just said her name,
No. No. Not at all. It definitely wasn't gonna hurt anything.
yeah,
You're just trying to find your child.
yeah. Unfortunately, what we know now, it wasn't going to make a difference. I mean,
Right.
you were going to find her anyway. But so there's that part. And then I'm trying to think like how to transition. Oh, so do you want to take it over with like docking and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure the guy was the captain or one of the captains, and they to ask them to not dock
Hmm.
the ship. And the guy was just like, no, like all these people paid to be on vacation and dock the ship anyways and let all these people get off. Now, for me, that is an open window because
Gone.
she's gone.
Right.
Smuggled out something, she's gone.
Hmm. That's crazy. Because if you don't dock, the only way she can leave this boat is literally by flopping over a banister and getting into the water. But now you're docking, you're letting everybody who wants to leave off the boat, you're just letting her
Right.
go. At least if you kind of contained the situation and didn't dock, there's a 50-50 chance she's on the boat. She's either on the boat or unfortunately in the water somewhere.
So, because after they docked the boat and they cleared the boat out or ship, that's when they searched every cabin,
Empty.
every part of the ship, empty.
Yeah.
So if she was there and somebody put her in something to take her out, let's say they drugged her or something, killed her, whatever, they put her in something to take her out, guess what? You just let these people take her out.
Yeah.
So
You could
that
have.
just raises,
Oh no, sorry. I was just saying it was just so easy to like drug her or
right, that
chloroform
raises,
her or something.
that raises red flags right there because, like, if somebody's missing, you're not docking a ship.
Right. I agree.
Like, no, sorry, everybody's being searched. This ship is not being docked until we have everybody accounted for. And if she's not on the ship after that, that means she fell over. Respectfully.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
She was at the nightclub, drinking, and, she was dancing with people she didn't know. Who knows if something was slipped in her drink?
Yeah. That could happen anywhere.
Right.
All these people are strangers.
So at this time, they are searching. It came up clear. Everybody was cleared. She wasn't there. I'm not really I forget how everybody on the ship found out. I don't know if it was like when they docked. Oh, the parents went to like the
So
the
FBI
police.
or something like somehow the FBI gets involved.
The FBI gets involved. The police and what how do you say carousel?
Carousel.
Carousel get involved, and the guy said he knows his waters, and the way the water, like the tide pools or whatever, he said a body would have washed up.
Yeah.
He said even though there's sharks in the water, he said they wouldn't have ate everything and the body would have washed up.
Yeah. I am curious how
So
quick it would have washed up, but regardless, I do obviously agree it would have washed up at some point.
yeah.
I just wonder if it would have took a while, or I don't know.
I guess the way he was saying like the tides pulled and stuff like that, like I guess it wouldn't be long.
Yeah.
Cause like the currents and stuff like that, that moves things quickly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because let's
I
say like
guess.
she was in the water. It's been 30 years now. She would have washed up by now.
Yeah. Right. But they did have people searching
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um, and I guess it got to the news and people started finding out and they were interviewing people on the ship and these two girls were outside smoking. I'm pretty sure that's what they were doing. They were having a smoke or whatever. And they seen Amy and Yellow going up on the in the elevator. So the elevator is clear and they were going up to the nightclub. And then Yellow came back down and walked past them by himself without Amy. So, let your mind start to wander, because mine did. And yeah, she was definitely drugged or something and was put into something to be smuggled out.
Right, my dogs are barking. But yeah, that's what's crazy about this is there are so many witnesses.
Yeah,
Multiple people seen her, which
yeah,
you'll get to where I will or don't matter. But yeah, that's weird. Because where did she go?
yeah.
Because it wasn't her room.
No, it wasn't her room
Yeah.
at all. It wasn't her room. But so that happened, and then I want to say they went to like Puerto Rico, and that was like another stop, but the family ended up flying home because they thought it was going to be too much. Because after it being on the news and them not finding her, like it was a lot for them.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, I think that was like 4 days of her, 4 days passing by that she's been missing.
Yeah,
So they were like, I don't want to continue on this vacation. I just want to go home and like be with my family.
yeah.
So they flew back home in hopes that they would get a phone call or something that she would come back, but that was not the case. And mom, like, they set up a whole thing. Like, a whole. I remember the mom in the documentary saying how, like, they set up a whole, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a
I don't
center.
know.
Like
Oh
a.
yeah, yeah, they did.
The phone set up, the email set up. They were reaching out, like, news stations to try to get the word out. So. And this was 4 days after that she went missing, that they flew home. But do you want me to like go into tips or like people that have called in and said like witnesses? Because there's so many, I feel like.
But hold on before. So after what was it? A little bit. The dad and the brother flew back out.
I forgot. Yes, you're right. I forgot.
And they did like an interview, and then I guess when they were leaving the interview, a taxi driver
I forgot. Yeah.
said to go to. I think it was like two different islands or two different parts of the
Yeah.
island. And said to look there.
Yeah. So it was a press conference that the dad and the brother had in Curacao,
Yeah.
which is where she went missing. And somebody had went up to the dad afterwards, this taxi driver, and said, she's here. Basically, if you want to find her or get answers, go to these two, I think they were resorts. Like these two
No, they
different.
were like really. They were like the. It was two different parts of the island, and the areas they weren't like the best areas. Like they were dangerous areas, and like known for like drug trafficking, human trafficking. So they had to take the cop with them. The
Uh,
cop drove them
you're right.
around, and they looked. They went to like this one place. There, it was like a shed or like an abandoned house or something like that.
I
And
remember.
they went there and they went inside and they found Tic Tacs on there. So the dad was wondering, like, I wonder if Amy was here because she loved Tic Tacs.
I remember that.
And when they left and they were driving by a car, and the brother said he heard his name, his name being said. And he asked the everybody in the car if they heard it. They said yes. So they turned around and they chased the car down. And when they got to the car, there was nobody in the car but one person. So that's actually weird.
That is creepy. Is it like wishful
Um,
thinking, Like he just
right.
hoped that he had
But like
heard it?
everybody hearing it is weird.
That is weird. Yeah, but it was just
So
some
there, yeah,
white man.
there was that, and then in the documentary, it's like all over the news. And this guy, her picture was on the news, and this guy said that he went to that island, one part of the island, and he would go there because it was like a good place to go, like scuba diving. And he was like, said that, oh no, like she's like, was thinking to himself, like, she's not missing. I saw her. And this was 6 months after. So if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, I just that. So this is the part, and I want your opinion too. I believe him, but
Oh,
he
so
didn't.
why?
Yeah, I do too. I believe him for sure. But he was just like, I saw a woman in the middle with two men on either side of her, like on both side of her, walking the beach like towards him. And he says that Amy came up to him and she was like opening her mouth to say something, and then one of the men came up and I guess basically stopped her, like pushed her away or like moved her out of the way, told her to go somewhere else. And I guess the dude that did that stared at the witness like for a long time, and it looked like, I guess, kind of in a threatening way, because he remembers like the way that the guy looked at him, and it was for a few seconds. Like it wasn't just a quick stare; it was a long stare.
Yeah.
And am I right that he says that that guy that looked at him was yellow from the boat?
He said one of the guys he remembered because I guess they showed like pictures or whatever that it was yellow.
Yeah,
Alistair Douglas from the cruise ship, y'all. The guy that was in the band, the bassist.
yeah. And that's obviously up for debate. It's either you believe him or you don't. I do.
I
Um,
do too.
I just like I'm curious why or what Amy was gonna say if this was Amy. Obviously, I'm sure it will be something for help, but
Right.
we don't know for sure. We just have this guy's words to go off of. But
But there was. Go ahead.
no, you're good. You can go. My dog's about to bark.
Um, I just got brain fog.
Do you want me to go with the next witness?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I don't know. I don't think it matters if we go in order, but this is the first guy. So, like I said, there was a lot of witnesses, a lot of people that claim that they seen her, like in Curacao. And I remember this one lady in the bathroom. That's the one I'm gonna go with. There's multiple, but I'm trying to think of who to say next. This, and I thought this was weird. Okay, and I want your opinion too on this, Ash, if you believe her or not, because I'm 50-50 on this lady. Because she was acting a little weird, in my opinion. This lady claims that she was in a bathroom, or it was Barbados. It wasn't Cure. It was Barbados.
Mm,
Is that anyway?
one of them.
Yeah. So she goes to the bathroom because her and her husband were gonna go back to their cruise ship to have lunch. She's in the bathroom and she like hears people come in and she hears that there's a woman and a man. And the man is
Mhm.
telling her like you better be ready because the deal is gonna go down at 11, something like that. And um the lady or whatever, she gets out the bathroom and it's just the lady who she claims is Amy Bradley. And she's washing her hands. And this is the part that I thought was weird. It's like she starts to like interview her in a weird way, in my opinion. Because she's like, "Oh, are you here on vacation?" Like it starts off normal, but she asks her, "Oh, are you here on vacation?" And I think she said no. And then like she asks her where she's from, and then I think she asked her her name. I feel like, and I know this was like in the early 2000s, maybe things were different. I just don't feel like nobody's going to be in a bathroom and be like, "What's your name?" Am I weird for that?
Well, I think it was the way that because how the guy was acting and how she was, why she was like, oh, I felt like she was in trouble. So I started questioning her. But I'm pretty sure she said she was from the US, like USA.
She said West Virginia. This lady claims that she said West Virginia. And she claims that she told her name was Amy.
Yeah.
But, and you're right. I guess I didn't really think that through. Maybe she was asking this because she did seem like leery of the dude. And I think she said something else that was something about kids, which made people wonder if Amy had kids, because this was 7 years of her missing now when this lady claims to have seen her in this bathroom. So that's a whole other thing to the story is did Amy have kids during those 7 years that she was missing? Because she heard Amy ask the guy, like, can we stop and see the kids or something on the way? Do you remember that part?
Yeah.
And she remembers Amy, like, seeming, like, excited to see these kids. So if you haven't caught up yet, I mean, it's leaning towards a trafficking situation is
Yeah.
what it's leaning towards.
Because then there was another tip. I'm not sure if it was like on the black web or somebody called it in, but there was pictures of a woman,
That's
I
crazy.
think like on a bed, but she had like I think like longer black hair, but it looked just like Amy.
Yeah. I'm gonna add that in the YouTube
It was
version.
like an ad.
Hmm.
I guess like an ad, what type of ad everybody you guys can think.
Advertise. Right.
Yeah. So there
And
was that.
and the pictures are crazy. That I think it's her. It looks
Yeah.
like her.
Definitely does look like her. I
And
don't know,
she
I believe all these tips that came in because it just makes sense. And also like low key, like did the captain have something to do with this? Because why would you refuse to dock? If somebody is missing, okay, these people paid and they want to go on excursions and have fun, but there's somebody missing.
I don't know. They were investigated and they were cleared of everything, but of course they're gonna be cleared of everything. But there's also the other witness. So we have the guy on the beach that claims that he saw her walk up with the two men. One being the Alistair, the bass player from the cruise ship that she was hanging out with the night that she did go missing. And then you have this lady who sees her in the bathroom 7 years later and claims that it was Amy Bradley. And then there's another witness. I don't know if Ash wants to get into it, or do you want me to do it? There's multiple witnesses, but I'm just going off of base of what I remember from the documentary. Do you remember the other witness of the guy who was in like the Marines?
I do not.
Okay, I remember this guy came on and they interviewed him, and he was like ex-Marines or something, and well, he was currently enlisted. I think it was the Marines, and he went to a bar and he wasn't supposed to be there, I guess, because he like broke a rule or something. And he claims to have seen Amy Bradley at the bar. So he sits next to these two women. He said that one was Hispanic and one was white. And the Hispanic woman gets up and leaves, goes somewhere else in the room. And Amy, like, basically tells him, like, I'm in trouble. My name is Amy. I don't know, like, the specifics, but basically just lets him know, like, I'm being held against my will. And then the Spanish girl comes back and she, like, stops talking. And he just says, basically, he just got up and left. And when they asked him why he didn't report it, he claims, well, because I didn't want to, like, I guess he didn't want to lose his job because he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, because he wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah. So that's a little messed up. I mean, he did eventually, like, he did come forward and say his story, I guess, after he was done being in the Marines, but he claims he didn't want to report anything because he wasn't supposed to be there that night. And he also, I remember, he said, like, he thought, like, I don't think he took it seriously. I don't remember his exact wordings, but just the sound, like, I don't think he fully believed her at the time. So that's a whole other witness. I just feel like you have all these witnesses. They're all, like, in the same area.
Like a typical man.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Just saying.
It's
Sorry, I had
just,
to throw that in there. If you want to edit that out, you can, but.
no, I'm not. No, I just think it's crazy how many people have seen her and all the stories. And she's
Yeah.
telling these people who she is.
Right. She's literally telling them, like,
Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah.
Just looking at you, not even saying nothing. You should have, the guy on the beach, like, you should have known there was something wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Because I don't,
The
one of
lady in the
which,
bathroom, like,
right.
come on.
Well, because she claims that she didn't come forward until she saw the family on Dr. Phil, right?
I
Was that
think
the one?
so.
Somebody saw the
Somebody.
family on Dr.
No, I
Phil.
think that might have been it, but there's like a whole nother person as well
The daughter?
that, the daughter of Yellow,
Mm-hmm.
said I ended up calling or looking up and calling Amy's parents and telling them, like, hey, like, I'm his daughter. And she had, like, a whole bunch of details. Like, her mom, I guess she was pregnant with, the mom was pregnant with her, and the Yellow came home with like, a suitcase or something full of pictures of women, and it was all white women,
Mm-hmm.
she said. And, I'm pretty sure his daughter believes that he did something. Um, I don't remember too much right now about everything that she said, but I know she did end up in the documentary calling him on the phone while being like on camera and asking him, and he just kept denying it.
Yeah.
And then she just like kept on pushing the issue, and he hangs up on her.
Yeah. I remember that too. Yeah. At the time, though, she wasn't, I mean, her mom was pregnant with her, but I guess her mom told her this story, she was saying. And she does, like, ask him frequently about the story and, like, about where Amy is, and he denies everything. And, you know,
Yeah, he'll
but
just be like, "I was cleared."
yeah, everybody was cleared. But
Right.
that's crazy because I don't know, just so many witnesses and then nothing happening. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't remember if there was any more witnesses. There probably was. Um, but I'm going to say she was smuggled out of there.
Yeah. So that's your final verdict?
That's my final verdict. I
Yeah.
mean, and I also low key feel like the captain knew because, like, what if he's being paid off? To honestly, like, really think about it. You know, people pay to have that done. Like, I'm gonna pay you off if you do this, this, and this. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Once you bring out money, people are just like, yeah, I'll do anything, basically.
Yeah.
And especially with trafficking.
Sorry, I had a crazy person in my life. That's what I was laughing at. Um, yeah. I think there's too many witnesses. I don't know right now because it's been 30 years later if she's still alive. I mean, I hope so. But
Yeah, I hope so too.
I mean,
She's probably been through hell though.
right, I was about to say. But then people claim, oh, she intentionally went in the water, like she went overboard, or she
And
accidentally
it was
fell.
said that she was afraid of the open ocean.
I mean,
Like
yeah.
she was a strong swimmer, so she was a certified lifeguard and she was a strong swimmer, but she was scared of the open water, which most people are because hello.
Why would you not be? Yeah. Yeah, so I think the main things that people think it is she intentionally did something, or she accidentally fell because she was drunk. But all those witnesses, there's no way it wasn't. I think she was taken. And then they also said in this documentary that she could have had owed Alistair money for drugs or something.
Yes.
So that's why they took her.
Yes, ever. Yeah.
She was taken in my okay, so my opinion is she definitely was taken off that boat. Whether they chloroformed her, drugged her, or threatened her, she was just taken.
But even if so, even if she did owe him money, how much drugs did you get
Because you were on that cruise for what? Not even a week. Well, I forget.
in a I don't even think it was that long.
Yeah.
In a short amount of time, how did you um rack up that much money?
Yeah. She must have, I don't know. She must have just been like really friendly or something with whether it was the Alistair dude or not. Somebody.
Oh, also she was gay.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was gay too.
Yeah. They have like two of her ex-girlfriends in the documentary.
Yeah.
It's a good documentary. It's like a three episode series.
On Netflix, so go watch it. We probably didn't give you every detail that's in it, that's on it.
I definitely did it.
We are not professionals.
No, but let's talk about it. I thought it was good enough. Me and you watched it.
We
We could,
watched it.
and it's just like crazy because it's so long. It's been so many years and there's still no answers. I feel like if she
Right.
was in the water, we would have found something by now. There's just too much,
Yeah.
and then you're out there, like in these other countries, like maybe she just was targeted and they just took
Yeah.
her. The pictures are crazy though. That picture that was on the ad, I think that's definitely her.
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely is her. It looks like her.
Yeah, because that's 7 years past. I mean, she could have grew her hair out in 7 years.
Yeah.
It was originally short, like really short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this whole story is really interesting, and I didn't know about this until you brought it up. Like I never heard of this.
What the case?
Yeah.
So I watched it when I was out on my surgery leave.
Mm,
Like me and Bella went like down a documentary
love that.
a documentary hole.
Love that.
Are we talking about a book or a crime scene? Okay, so that's what we have on this case.
End of video.
If anybody has any type of evidence, clues, knows anything, make sure you reach out. I usually have the numbers for you to reach out, but I don't. But we are going to end this here. Remember always, don't be a savage, be a bad bitch.
Yes. Thank you for watching. Oh, and on YouTube we'll have all that in the
Yeah.
description. So.